Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House and also YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny. I'm back in the folio journal that I made with a file folder and then took a couple of extra little spots from file folder to make the flaps, the little flip outs. And so this is part of a series. If you haven't seen the other ones, I hope you'll go back and watch the other ones. But today, what I thought I would do is a fabric flip. I've been wanting to do a fabric flip. I've been kind of going through and looking at maybe where I might place some things. So I've kind of put some things in, and, you know, to just try to see how I think they'll look. I think they'll look okay. Let's go ahead and get those down, and then that will be another part of another accomplishment. And yeah, so that's what I thought I would do today. So welcome everyone. I hope you're having a really good day. This is Monday that I'm filming this, and as you know, it takes a while for things to get loaded to my YouTube. We have very, very slow internet here. So hopefully you won't see this too far down the road. But maybe it's going to come at just the right time. So I did have a very, very busy weekend, and nothing too strenuous, but busy wears me out. I just am that type of a person that anytime I'm busy, I will get wore out. So good busy, stressful busy, either one. And that's just how I am. I think I've always been that way. I feel like I have, one of my grandchildren is that way too. They just need a little reset time, and that's kind of how I am. So even though I'm retired, I told Joey, I said, I'm taking the day off just from anything today. But I don't know, crafting, for some reason that doesn't count. That's taking the day off. So yeah, I'm just taking it kind of easy today and regrouping a little bit. So this weekend we had our women's event at our church. It was super fun. I had a wonderful speaker, and we did, my dear sweet new friends helped me at the women's event to do the little gratitude journals that we did a little workshop, and everybody helped to do that. And then my granddaughter was able to go as well. So that was so fun. Oh, I love doing stuff with my grandchildren. So that was super fun. So I did post on Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House just the setup of the room that we did. So it just shows you how we set up the journals. We did, we set up the room for 25. We had 50 journal sets made, but we set up the room for 25 because we were going to do 2 sessions. And we didn't have quite 50 that attended our sessions. We ended up having, I want to say around 20, maybe a few more than that. But that was a great size, I'll tell you that. So I was really grateful. Anyways, I wanted to make some fabric flips, and I thought I would just grab a few scraps. Let me put this glue away real quick. And some lace and get this going. Now, there is a little twist to the fabric flips that I want to make. A lot of times I like the fabric flips because you can, you know, write something kind of secret behind them. But this fabric flip is going to be a double secret, and I'll show you that in a second. But let's find where we think a flip would go. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. This is a good possibility right here. That's a good one. So let's just put, how about we just put a little piece of lace here for now. And then let's flip it over to the back, because I really think I want 2. I want one in the back too. Thought it would be kind of fun. Is that the same? That might even be the same. So that would be another good place for a flip. Okay, well, that's good. Let's just do that. So let me get my ruler out, because I do want this to kind of hang nice. So I'm going to say, I think a 3 3/4 inch would be good. And I thought this would be really pretty for the background. How long do I want that? I want you to see that it's a flip. So let's just go 8 inches. I'm going to just go right here. This is probably, yeah, this is the one that I cut for the spine, and now I'm tearing it. Oh, brother. Well, I have more, as you can see, so I'll be able to use it again. Okay. So I want that length, and then I think I'm just going to go like right here for the width. It's a really thick fabric. Can I do it? Okay. Yeah, so we had such a nice time this weekend. So Friday, what did we do Friday? Oh, let's see, I did something. I went over and set up the church. You'll see the tables that I set up if you go to, our Facebook. I went and set up the tables, and then I went and picked up my grandchildren. We went out for ice cream, and we played a game. It's gonna sound funny, but when my girls were little, I used to fake cry with them, because I just thought, sometimes children cry over the funniest things. So I would fake cry with them. If they would do a whiny cry, I would whiny cry back, and then we would both laugh. Well, we always really exaggerate the crying. And so I was with my grandkids. We were going to get ice cream, and so we were playing this game I call So Long. And it starts out where I'll say something like, and I'll cry. I'll be like, "So long, summer," like that. And then we'll all go, and we'll cry. Okay. And then one of them will pitch in, and they'll say, "So long, sleeping until noon," and then they'll all cry. And then "So long to ice cream in the middle of the day," and then they'll all cry. So we played So Long for quite a while, and it was super fun. And we laughed and laughed, which, you can't beat that. You can't beat laughing with your grandkids. There's nothing better. I think I'm going to cut this blue off so I can have that white. So we did that, then came over to our house and hung out. And then their folks came over, and we had a big dinner, kind of like a Sunday dinner. It was a big chicken, mashed potatoes, beans, the whole shebang. It was delish. And chocolate cake and all that, and just kind of celebrated, that the summer, how fun it was. And then Saturday morning, got up, went to the church, had a wonderful breakfast, delicious breakfast. And then we did our workshops, and then we had lunch. And then I'll tell you what, can church folks cook or what? And then we did the workshop, then lunch, then we had a speaker, and she was really great. So that was super fun. And what else did we do? Then right after that, my youngest daughter, has been working nonstop. She has a very demanding job. She loves it, but she was working the weekend, and so I went to see her. She works in the city, and I went to see her, and really, I spent like 3 hours with her. It was so nice. It was so nice, just chatting and talking a little bit about her and her work and life, and watch TikTok videos that she always saves funny TikTok videos for me. to watch with her. So we did that, and oh, just such a nice time. Oh, just love my kids, love my babies, just love. So I found this fabric. I thought that was neat, you know, because for someone like me that slow stitches and junk journals, fabric like this is really fun because you always, you know, you get all these fun little different kinds. Buy a quarter yard and you get all these different fun pieces, you know. So then came home Saturday after that, had dinner, and that is all she wrote. I was done. And then that might not even be too bad. And then Sunday got up for church, and I gotta tell you, I was exhausted. Again, nothing strenuous at all, just busy. And I was exhausted. And I probably spent 75% of the day on the couch. And ended up falling asleep. So I fell asleep for about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, something like that. Okay, that's gonna be too big. All right, we're getting there, but the surprise part hasn't happened. I'd like to have something that drapes down a little ways. Do I have anything big enough in here? I love this. Can just, this is off of a dress or a skirt. It's very fragile. I shouldn't have torn it, probably. Very fragile. But I'm tearing it, aren't I? So then here comes today. This is the first day of school, back to school here. I think I'm going to tear it in half. I think that's looking pretty good. And then we'll put something right across the top. See, here's another one. I just buy these little scraps. This may have been off of an apron, maybe. I don't know. But when I see stuff like that in the cart, wherever I'm at, in the cart, let's put some of this. Let's see, will that go? That's still going to cover up too much. What else do I have here? Some of this I pulled out last week. That's too little. No. Anyways, so wonderful weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend too. Oh, that's pretty. I like it. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside, this part aside, put it up here. Got all this stuff here. Let me move a little bit of this out of the way, and I'm going to grab another fabric as well. Let's get this out of the way. We just used it. Okay. I love that. So pretty. Might use that one on the next one. This is off of a shirt. It's a seam off of a shirt. It's actually off of one of my shirts I had bought at a sale somewhere. I loved the fabric, and the sleeves were too long, so I cut it off. And isn't it pretty though? Won't that be pretty as a ruffle or something? It has all that embroidery on it. Alrighty. What would be fun for the back? You don't have to back these, but I want to back this one. That would be fun, but I've made this other one I've made it too wide, and I want it to kind of match the width. I want it to be kind of fun when you flip it up. I just kind of go like, which do I like better? So I just say, do I like that better? Or do I like that better? So for this one, do I like that better? Do I like that better? That's not big enough anyways. These aren't big enough. These are just scraps I found. And that's, again, off of, I don't know what, a sheet, a curtain, something. It has a little teeny tiny hem. You know, I'll use whatever fabric I can get a hold of. Okay, I think that one's going to be the winner. So what I'm going to do is, oh, and it's pinked on two sides, so that's nice. Is I'm going to go like this. Okay. And I'm going to tear it. I need to make sure I'm on the right side. Do that in a second. Okay. I'm going to tear it there. Then it's a little wide, so I'm going to tear it here, hopefully. Sometimes when you tear a tiny piece, it doesn't work very well. For me anyways, my fingers don't have a really great grip. Let's see. Let's see if that helps. Yeah. That would make a good little tie or something. Okay, now which one's the, okay, so this is the right side. Right side's out is what's happening with this. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside. Set aside. And I'm going to set this aside over here. Maybe I'll set my scissors right there for a second. I'll grab my sewing machine, which I just keep down here next to me. I need to do some mending on some work pants for Joey. And let me just pivot a little bit. You can see all my stuff, all my junk on my desk. Most of it applies to this journal, but okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just sew 3 sides of this. And yeah, I'm just going to sew 3 sides, and I'm going to make a little pocket. I'm going to make sure I kind of want it to be narrow zigzag. So I'm going to do that. Come on. Uh-oh. What's happening? There we go. Hopefully. I think my sewing machine is a little bit cranky. I'll just put it that way. Maybe not super angry, but I think it's a little bit cranky at me because I've put it through the ringer preparing for those 50 journals. And I think it's like, you know, I need a break too. Should be happy today that I'm doing fabric. So I'm doing these 3 sides. Okay, a little jiggle. Apologies for that. I am back stitching because I think this is going to get a little bit of action. We're going to put, you know, something in it to write. All right, so now this is going to hang this way. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our pretty topper over it. You wouldn't have had to stitch the top. I guess this is going to be like a double duty here, but you wouldn't have had to stitch the top. You could have just stitched an L, and then when you get ready to put this on, you know, you could stitch the top. So we'll be just doubling it up here. Yeah, I think that's super sweet. And I kind of like when you can see them all from the top. Sometimes it's better when you don't see them all from the top, but I think it's kind of fun sometimes. Get a little extra. Whoops, is that one upside down? Nope, that's right. Is that upside down? Let me look. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Yeah, it was. Okay. All right, and I think I am going to go ahead and zigzag it again because it's this thing. I think it'll catch it a little bit better. Okay. Just poke that under there. All right. That little thing off of there. Okay. Now I'm going to just set this back down for a minute while we work on it. And we'll pick it back up when we get the other one. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, and see, now we have like a little secret in here. So let me go to the other side and get a piece of paper so you can see. Just going to grab a couple of pieces of paper, and I'll try not to jiggle too much. Okay, so let's get it set in. Let's get it put on there. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Hopefully it's not super gooey. Kind of squishing it and smoothing it as I apply here. Okay, a little paper towel. Ah! It's going everywhere. Okay. All right. Now, this is all custom. You know what I mean? Like, it's all custom made. You could make these, like, this is, you know, a tall, skinny journal. But if you're used to making a 9x6, you could make these mass make, you know, at the size you want. So it's 7 inches long will fit, and about 3 inches, or you could have it a little bit longer just to, you know, be able to poke out a little bit, but then your secret's up. Okay, so 7. Okay, so we'll go about right here. Just using the edge of the table as a guide. And what did I say? 3 inches. Okay, so I'll put it about right there. You could stamp something on here. You could, use part of your digital, whatever you wanted to do. We're going to sneak it in there. Okay, so you have your writing under here. You could write, a deep secret. And then you have this in here for your deep, dark secret. So that is going to be super cool. And even if you gave this as a gift, someone may not even know it's there till later, so it'll be a nice little surprise. Or you could have it poke out like that. You could put a tab on it if you wanted to, so they could pull it out. I think that's going to be cute. I think it turned out really nice. Okay, so let's go to the back. And I think this is the one. Nope, that's not it. This is it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. So now let's do the same thing here. Okay, square one. Fabric. Okay, let's pull this back over. I have some scraps here too, littles. I really liked this. It's not very colorful, so we'll just see how it works. I think this one has too much red in it. I don't think that's going to go, so I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. I don't think that's going to go. Okay. Ah, so much string. That's one thing about tearing. You get a lot of string. I don't mind it, though. So see, this is the little teeny one that we tore off. That's going to be good for a paper clip or something. That color might go. So we're just laying them out right now. I like this next to that, so that could be a possibility. I don't think we have anything with that color. That's a maybe. I don't know. This one definitely brings that out. So we'll leave that out just as a, but I just don't think I like the yellow with it. The orange, I guess. Too purple. We already have this one. I'm going to say no. Let's say no on that one too. A smidgy yellow might work. I don't know. We'll leave that here too. No. That one works again, I think. Nope. Oh my goodness, what a mess with this string here. Let's see, that would go. Oops. This would be just taking this into a completely different color scheme. Let's see what else we have. Let me get this string off of here. I always launder, oopsie, I launder all of my scraps when I get them, even if I get them from, you know, like they're teeny tiny. I put them in a laundry bag and I launder them, and then I usually I iron them, but not always. Then I iron them when it's time to use, but I get a ton of strings. Now I'm wondering, okay, that's kind of a pretty color. Both of those are kind of pretty. That's neat. Let's do this. Let's take this one off here. Okay, that's good for the pickle jar. Put it up there. Whoops. Okay, and then this one might be a good one to hang, you know, vertically. We'll see. Okay. All right. Alrighty, and then what do we have? Need that or that? I just love this Waverly, so, you know, I just keep wanting to put it in, which we may. So what do we have over here? That's not going to go. These are just little ruffles. Oh, here's a long one. Or maybe that was the spine. Let's save that out. I think that was cut for the spine in case we decide to use it. Okay. All right, well, I think we have our colors that we want to, I think we have the ones that we want to use. So let's pick like 3 or 4-ish, and then we'll add maybe some lace as well. So I think I like that. Let's tear this down. Where's my, let's tear this down. About right here. And to about right here. Okay. I just got this out to I don't even know why it looked like I'm measuring, maybe? I don't know. I didn't use it. Okay, so now we have some really great pieces here. That's going to be great for a tag. And this will be great for another piece. Another flip. Okay. There's that, and maybe this is the one that, oopsie, sorry about that, I was getting ready to put it in the trash and I hit the camera. Okay, so I think this may be a good one for the back, because I don't know that I have another one that's going to be big enough. So you don't have to tear it. You could use pinking shears, just your sewing shears. I can't get that one to go. I like the raw edges, you know, but that's just me. I just like the raw edges. Okay. So that's just going to be the underneath part. Okay. So we'll have this, and then that on top. This is a fun piece. That's going to be fun. There's another fun piece. Then this on top. And then this is not cut straight, and you don't have to have it cut straight, but it's kind of a diagonal, and I kind of want it a little bit more rectangular. So I'm going to do that. And do I want that one short or longer? I think I want it longer. Okay. Lots of really fun scraps go in my little scrap bin. Okay, and then I do want a little bit of this somewhere. Maybe right underneath. It's a lot of rectangles. A lot of times you kind of mix it up by putting a couple of squares or something. But I like how it's looking. Yeah, I think I like that better. Okay, now let's find just a little piece of something to go with it. What about one of these? I think that looks fun. I'm going to put it up just a little bit so it gets caught when we sew it. Okay, so now I'm just going to remove that layer and put it over here. Move everything else out of the way. Okay. Out of the way, bring this down. Okay, sewing machine. Okay, and so I'm just going to do that L like we talked about before, since I'm going to go ahead and secure the top anyways. I want to get these nice and even. Somehow I tore that yellow just a little shy. Okay. Let's see now. I'm going to have it on the other side, so I'm going to make my L this way. I don't know if you can hear it, but my sewing machine is sighing relief from all the paper I've done recently. I like to give her a good brush down in the bobbin case after I've done so much paper, because it generates a lot of dust in there. Okay. All right, now scooch back just a smidgy. Grab this. So I took it apart. Okay. Sure that's up there. I want to make sure it all gets caught in, in sewing. I just had deja vu. Do you ever get that? All right. Okay. I'm going to back stitch. And I am using the zigzag again because I do want to catch that tatting from the doily. All right, awesome. Let's just double check that I got everything good. Yeah, it's in there good. Awesome. Okay. Oopsie. All right. Get the sewing machine down. I love it. Okay, let's see how she looks. So we have our secret passage in there. You could also put, you could even put a vintage word on there, and I have some. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Let's look. It's pretty thick as she is. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of smushing it around. Okay. These are fun because you're able to make them a lot longer than normally you would. So if you have some long skinny fabric, it's a fun one. Fun to make. All right, let's see. In here I've got a few words. That doesn't look too bad. This just has letters on it. Typewriter letters. It's kind of fun. Crafty. I don't think that's the one I want. This one is smaller. No. I think if we did anything, it would be vintage or just these numbers. I mean letters. I'm gonna put you in just a little bit. What do you think? Let's do it. She's going to be chubby. Now this one, I'm going to have to smush it with my fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and get, when I put the Fabri-Tac on, because I just don't want it to bleed through. It might anyways. I hope it doesn't. But just can't hardly see it where I'm at, but I'm just lightly brushing it with my fingertip. Okay. Ah. Here. Okay. All right, now let's put our so we have our secret writing here, and then we'll have our deep dark secret spot in here. Now let's see how, I'm just measuring the inside again. Nope, that's not the inside. So 7.5, so still a 7 would work. And about 7 by 3. Okay, let's try it. So we're just going to take about 1.5 inches off. Yeah. And then find 3. 3 inches is right here. I'm just accordion it. You could do like fold it in half and then in half again. Okay. Bring you. Let's do it this way. Again, you could definitely decorate the ends, you know, this paper. And we may just do that in the next video, or I might do it and then show it to you. I think I'm going to do a little bit of decorating, and it won't be really anything different than what you've seen as far as, you know, making pockets and things like that. But then we'll do some together too. Okay, well, I am just really happy with the way those turned out. I just love them. Can you imagine if you gave this to someone, just how fun it would be to look at the different fabrics? This one literally feels like you're running your hand through butter. It's so old. It feels so good, and isn't that lovely? And then you flip to right and you find this fun fabric. Yeah, those turned out so pretty. I love them. And then here's the other one, completely different. Flip it to right, flip it down. You've got your secret compartment. You've got this beautiful linen. Love it. And you could stamp something underneath here if you wanted to. Then, of course, there's that beautiful Waverly. That was a curtain. This is out of that fabric that had all the squares to it. So we just pulled that one out. This is a vintage piece, another vintage piece. And then that's another part of that fabric. Super fun. All right, everyone. Well, thanks so much for joining in today and hanging out while we make these secret compartment flips. And I just want you to know we pray blessings over each of you, and we want you to know you're so loved. And with that, I hope you have a great day and get a chance to craft, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.